Hi, this is Tutor NicK, and this is Proverbs 133. The proverb today is birds of a feather flock together. Okay, let's look at the note here. This proverb basically means that people who have similar interests or are like-minded usually will seek out, so they search for each other, they will seek out and prefer to hang out together. Okay, let's continue. The first sighting of this proverb was cited in 1545, so it has been around for, well over 400 to 500 years ago, in William Turner's The Rescuing of the Romish Fox. Okay. And here's the actual original quote. You can see the spellings of these words have changed a lot. Maybe the pronunciation was kind of similar. It does still look like birds of on instead of like one, of on kind and color, flock and fly, always together. But of course, the spelling is very different from the Middle English. This is that's how old this proverb is. But we still use it today. Let's go on. Let's look at some examples. The first one is an A-B part. So in the first one, it says, in a lot of teen movies, those teenage movies, they often show students tend to form cliques in high school. Yeah. If you ever seen any teenage movie, there's always a high school lunch scene. And at one table, you have a lot of the nerdy, brainy kids. They all sit together. And then at another table, you have like the beauty queens, the very beautiful girls that like all kinds of fashion. They all sit together at another table. And then you have the jock table, the football players, tough. They all sit or the bullies, they all sit at another table. So, well, it's a perfect example. They form cliques, so birds of a feather flock together. So students that are similar or similar-minded with similar interests, they tend to hang out together. And so let's just look at the B part here. So, A said that in a lot of movies, they show students tend to form cliques in high school. And B says, well, I guess birds of a feather really do flock together. Okay, let's look at number 2. They became good friends because they are very like-minded. Remember, like-minded means you think the same way. They're in the same age group, like the same sports, and support the same politics. And of course, B here also says, because 2 is also an A-B part, well, birds of a feather flock together, meaning, well, that's the way it usually goes. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.